Defection of Enugu State Governor Dr. Peter Mbah was a moment in time. Now the aftermath is a question. Is it going to be business as usual? Will Enugu stand on 2 feet in higher corridors of power, or will the ripple effect hit the state like a violent tide? This is Enugu Kwenu. I am Nathalie Uku. Good evening. Welcome once again to Enugu Kwenu on Afia TV. Now, this program, I must remind you, reaches you live from Enugu every Wednesday at 4 p.m. And joining me this evening is Chief Ojinnaka Kobino Madueke, who is a public affairs analyst and CEO of the blog Chop 1, Chop 2. Chief, it's so good to have you.
Good to be here, Natalie.
I'm sure it's good to be here.
You're looking quite good.
I'm going to have to expose you before we go. You always warn me to make sure I furnish you with all of the necessary information before I invite you, so I won't come with a curveball.
That's not true.
Okay.
We're just cool like this.
So tell us what is true.
Everything about you today.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hope I stay in the line of truth. All right.
Yes,
So
yes.
let's begin with your first reaction. When you heard the news that the governor had defected to the All Progressives Congress from the PDP, which had dominated Enugu State for many years.
From the beginning.
How did you feel? What was your first reaction? Honestly speaking, what was your reaction?
Yeah. My first reaction, Natalie, was, I was surprised, though I'd heard it from the grapevine in the rumors. So I'm like, something must be wrong because of the tradition of PDP being here. But sitting down to really check it out, I just shrugged off and said, wherever he is, Action Alliance, AD, PDP, APC, anywhere, he's a good guy, and we just have to align with what... this is a guy that came out with the mantra, tomorrow is here. So he's seen more than tomorrow. He's seen more than now. So the person that wears the shoe knows where it pinches. And I don't have anything against.
All right. Now, some people have been asking questions such as, was the tomorrow is here, the movement of Enugu to APC, was that a tomorrow that was envisioned? Was that a tomorrow that was promised? Do you think that that was the tomorrow that was promised, that the governor would take the states to the All Progressives Congress?
Yes. Since that is his mantra, wherever he goes as Peter Mbah, does not go as APC. So there's a Peter Mbah with the ideas, with the technical know-how, with whatever he came with, that is making Enugu shine in 1.5 years, going to 2 years. So it's still him. And if you notice, he retained his mantra. So when they say APC, I noticed the day they came, the day of the defection, when they say APC, is tomorrow is here. So he's an original person that built a solid foundation. And based on his work, he's now leaning back on what he has done.
I'll rehash my question. Now, my question was, when the governor said tomorrow is here, and you mentioned it, you are the one that mentioned the mantra, okay? So the mantra, tomorrow is here. And all of a sudden, tomorrow we enter APC. Was that the promise? Do you think that was the message from the start, or was there another message?
The message he gave is that whatever happens, I feel, my opinion, whatever happens, wherever I go to, I still will do what I promised Enugu people that I'll do. And if you notice, he wasn't forced. He wasn't forceful. Yeah. He wasn't desperate. So the guy had built a very strong foundation, leaving some legacies. And he moving over there, if you notice, when the vice president came the first time before the president's visit, that was when they started wooing him, because they knew he had something up his sleeves. So they wooed him like a maiden, a very beautiful maiden for that matter. And he saw in them some kind of hope as pair, especially being positioned with the center. being positioned with the center for Enugu, for the people of Enugu. And if you notice in this thing, politics is a game of interest. But most times we don't manage it well because we try to put sentiments, emotions, into it. So it is his interest, the best of his interest and the people of Enugu State to push them forward into what he terms as tomorrow being here.
Now, the governor was recently appointed to chair a national committee to overhaul and modernize the security training institutions across Nigeria. And that happened in quick succession. 1 minute defection, next minute you're chairing a committee, and I'm sure many other committees to come, right? Okay. So many people have been having these debates, in the world of socials and of course on the street about if this was reward or merit. Where do you stand in this? Should we be concerned that it happened quickly?
I stand on merit. Like I told you, the vice president came here. And one of the things he did when he went to the control center, and he went there, he was awed. He was amazed at the level. And both of us live here in Enugu, and we see the way things are turning around in terms of security. If you remember Peter Obi, because of what his attributes, the president then appointed him to be in the Economic Council. So it's not out of place that Peter Mbah is just Peter, So they appear to lead always, So as is appointed, it's not, it's more of merit. Yeah.
Many people would argue with you. They would disagree with you. They will tell you that it's very rare for you to just get something by merit, that you might be doing quite well, but somehow in politics there's always the question of how loyal you've been or how much of that reward that you deserve, right? So how can you comfortably sit and tell us that all of this was based on merit, whereas we know the character of politics, especially in this part of the world?
So the man at the helm of affairs, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has a style. And if you remember when he was governor, he brought on technocrats, some that are not even from Lagos, and appointed them to be commissioners. And when they're having their FEC meetings, we used to hear them. Once you hit a point, he will say, Benny, and he'll be so excited. And you see what they've done. From there, they went to become governors in their states. So he knows the ripe fruit. And it's the tree with the ripe fruit that gets most marks, because a lot of stones, sticks are going to it. You understand? So I strongly feel it's based on merit, because in Igbo language they said Uzodema aganyo bolebwa.
You're calling all of the APC stalwarts. You're calling Hope Uzodema. You're calling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So let's now talk about the timing. I'd like to see you defend your point when it comes to timing. When we look at the timing of it, shortly after the defection, the governor gets appointed to chair that committee. How can you say it's pure merit when there's the issue of timing and how fast it happened?
When did the vice president visit Enugu? Is it not beginning of this year? Yeah, so it's in line.
That was last year, I think, and then the president visited this year. The president,
late last
4th
year.
of January.
So after the vice president made the speeches at what he saw, like I said, he was amazed and awed. Then the president comes and sees more.
That's not my question. Chief,
no, I'm answering your question.
No, you're not answering my question.
I'm defending the fact that I say it's merit.
My question is, all of this while, since January when the president came, he could have given the governor the position to chair before he defected. So basically, just a week after. Now, I'm not disputing that there is merit, okay? What I'm saying is, how can you stand on the side of merit alone when we understand that the timing was as soon as he defected, shortly after he defected? So how can you say it's not the angle of political reward?
Well, you could also say it's a sort of reward. After all, every little child, I mean, when you guys were growing up, there are things you would do, and your father or your mother will pat you on the back and give you a thumbs up. And since he's already in APC, what stops him? I mean, the water is there, the river. The prophet is there, and I'm here. What stops me from being baptized? That's Peter Mbah's position. Yes.
So your argument now, in the final argument, you say that there's merit, fully 98% merit, perhaps, and 2% political
Or
reward.
95.
95.
95, 5.
So what would you say are the statistics? So I don't misquote you. On a scale of 0 to 100%, how much of this would you say is merit? How much would you say is political reward?
Maybe. 80,
Maybe what?
80%.
80% of what?
Of merit.
And then 20% of political reward. Do you support the All Progressives Congress, Chief Kobino?
That's a naughty one. Well, I would want to come from a bystander. The parties, their ideological attitude, they are not any different. PDP, APC, Labour, Afia. Politics, I continue telling people, is local, is a game of interests. So, as you are now, Natalie, if, like I am, I'm voting at Opera Square. So, on the day of any election, all the noise, all the hullabaloo, all the interviews, it will end in me supporting someone. And I'll cast my vote at Opera Square. That is where the place where things are decided. So people should always move out. You know, we didn't know so much way back. I was part of NRC, SDP. I've been in this thing from a very young age. So I've always noticed that at times we get very emotional. But there's something called tactics. And there are people that have tactics. Peter Obi came with his tactics with the, what do you call it? Peter Mbah got elected under PDP. The president is there watching. So politics is local and it's a game of interest. So if tomorrow I say I don't like your black pants, your trousers, and I'm maintaining it, I don't like black, I don't wear black. But there are things you would be doing my side, like, you know, you start taking care, making sure my welfare is okay. And I'm tend to start liking black because I'll be seeing it from your side.
So what you're saying essentially in your final argument is that even though people may not like All Progressives Congress, but with time, when things start to happen, they would start to like it.
Okay.
Are you speaking about?
Let me give you an example.
Go ahead.
You know, a friend of mine just had a kidney transplant. You know, and I liken it to it. So he said for like 1 week, he wasn't passing out urine and all that, and his body got swollen, and he was scared and kind of depressed. But on the 8th day, he started passing urine. So this friction, obviously, defections are just, you know, it's big language defection. It's just moving from one ideology and this thing to another one that you see that will move you forward to what your dreams are.
So let me help you, you know, let me try to understand this and help our viewers as well to understand this, right? Are you essentially saying that you don't feel positive about the All Progressives Congress, but you hope that with time you start to feel better based on actions? Is that what you're trying to say? Correct me. Correct it.
That's not.
Just tell us what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that Peter Mbah's defection is still Peter Mbah, Peter Mbah, and whatever he has inside him that have made people turn around. Look at Natalie. Look at Enugu.
Chief Kobino, I understand what you've said about the governor defected. My question was, let me rehash it. Do you support the All Progressives Congress? And you gave a scenario. You said, you may not like this pair of trousers, but with time, when the person wearing the trousers starts to do good things, you start to appreciate everything. Does that capture how you feel?
No, it doesn't.
Because I want to know how you feel. So does that capture how you feel?
How I feel is that I'm interested in what Peter Mbah is doing.
So you are indifferent about the All Progressives Congress then?
I am like, I don't support them. I support them based on where Peter Mbah is going, because you know that is what we're discussing.
So are you saying that your support of the All Progressives Congress now, or if ever, is based on if the governor is there? So if the governor were to move and join another party, you support that party
I'll
because
support
he's
that
there?
party because Peter Mbah is doing well.
So, right, you're saying that the president has won you over because of the state governor's defection to his party.
Come to think about it, Natalie, we're here. I'm not at the federal level. We're here and we're seeing what is happening. And I have a choice as an adult to put my feet in any camp I feel, not because of selfish interests, because the echo, this thing, feels it at what is going on. What is happening now, as against what was happening before. Abandoned projects finished, new projects coming on. In fact, one man said, this man that they are hounding now, if they remove him, or if Peter Mbah, God forbid, loses an election, who would finish all these projects from the five-star hotel and the numerous other transport terminals and the taxis and what do you call this, monorail, and I mean things we know that are in
So
the
how does that
pipeline.
connect to the question? Connected to my question.
It's connected to your question because I've just told you here that I support Peter Mbah wherever he goes.
So that means now he has gone to the All Progressives Congress, and
Yes.
that means that you now support the All Progressives Congress.
I support Peter Mbah in the All Progressives Congress.
So you support...
You asked me a question. I said, if he moves from the All Progressives Congress, I'll move with him.
Okay, so you support Peter Mbah in the All Progressives Congress,
Yes.
but it doesn't mean you support the All Progressives Congress.
Well, if I support Peter Mbah in the All Progressives Congress, that means that his attitude and whatever, I support it.
That's not my question. I said, you support Peter Mbah in the All Progressives Congress, right? Does it translate to you supporting the All Progressives Congress as well, or does it not?
If I support Peter Mbah in the All Progressive Congress, that means I support Peter Mbah in the All Progressives Congress.
And not the party itself?
Whatever he says or wherever he goes, anything about the party,
But,
I will support.
Okay, Chief Kobino, you're not under any pressure to support the All Progressives Congress. If you don't, just tell us you don't. That's your opinion.
No, it's really a funny one, because if I say I support Peter Mbah
in the All Progressive
Congress, I don't know why you would ask me whether I support All Progressive Congress. It's Peter Mbah I support.
I mean, you could have said you support the both, but you pick one. You pick the person that moved in and say that's who you support. You don't, you know. Yeah. So essentially, what are you saying? What are you trying to tell us?
I support Peter Mbah.
Yes.
As he is in all.
But you don't support the All Progressives Congress, is that it?
If I vote for Peter Mbah, I voted for the All Progressive Congress. That's it.
So you now support the All Progressives Congress?
Well, if it's what you're saying.
We're going to do this till the end of the show if you don't answer me directly. We have enough time.
If it's what you're saying. There's enough time. No, not if it's what you're saying, so it be.
It's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
I will vote a Peter Mbah.
Speak to the issue directly, Chief Kobino. Speak to the issue. No. Do you support the All Progressives Congress or do you not? That's my question. Do you support? I understand that you support the fact that the governor has moved to the All Progressives Congress.
Yes, and I'm supporting the governor.
So what about the party?
So if perchance the All Progressive Congress have issues with Peter Mbah and Peter Mbah leaves, owing to how he's behaving and his attitude, I will still follow him to the next place.
So that means you don't feel any way whatsoever about parties. You're not partisan. You don't feel about.
I've told you that most of the parties. You feel more
for the individual. I think I understand your point.
Most of the parties have the same people.
All right. So right. I think I get where you're coming from. So really, that has made you just indifferent to you, more about the individual than the party. So is it right to defect? Is defection a good term in your dictionary? Is it right to defect?
Defection is kind of negative somehow, but it's been happening all over the world. You move from, the ideologies of a place as it's not suiting you now. So you can decide to join an athlete train or Omifuku train. You understand? Chibamakamba train. So it's not wrong. It's not negative. It's just you moving to a place where you feel that your interests, which is the basic thing behind politics, where your interests will be defended more. And this man, at a time comes, he says, I want to be lined with the middle, with the center. And you just said it, that he was appointed to be, and as you know, Enugu State was just declared as a place, one of the states, the first state that can survive without FAC. Do you know what it means? A lot of governors go cap in hand every end of month to Abuja to beg for this thing.
Chief,
yeah.
My question was,
yeah.
Is defection negative or positive? And you already answered it halfway. You said it's negative.
It's very positive.
But you just said it's negative.
The word, they say defection. Why don't we say he moved from a place of worry to, it was plugged to a place of goodness. Mm-hmm. Yes, so that's what he has done.
Okay, so I think you're complicating because now you're saying we need to remove defection from the dictionary and replace it with move.
Yes, he moved. Defection.
Are you making excuses?
But defection.
Are you making excuses for the state governor? Are you making excuses for the state governor? Because you want us to get rid of defection.
Why would I?
No, because you're telling us to remove the word defection and replace it with move.
Okay, don't remove it. Leave it there.
But you just said we should remove it.
Why would I make excuses for somebody that is doing something?
Because what you're saying is, in his case, he moved, he did not defect, because defection is negative.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, why would I want to give excuses for somebody doing something right? It's as clear as daylight. When you come to Enugu, you feel Enugu.
Chief Kobino, yes. I'll put my question again in perspective.
Yeah.
I asked you, is defection positive or negative? And you said...
Well, in Peter Mbah'S case, it's positive.
Okay.
Very positive.
All right. So in his case, it does not feel like a defection. Yes. It feels like a move.
A move.
A realignment.
God bless you.
I'm just giving you some synonyms to understand what you mean.
God bless you, That's
now, let's move to the party that was left behind. Let's not pretend it doesn't exist. The People's Democratic Party.
Exist.
Is PDP still alive in Enugu State? Okay. Does PDP stand a chance in 2027, Chief?
Okay. The only thing I can say to it now is that when these arguments come up since Peter Mbah left PDP for APC, the question I ask people, and they fail to answer, is where he left, there's some argument that he didn't need to go to APC to win an election, that he would win an election from PDP.
And that's a great angle that you've taken, because I was going to ask you that next. Yes. It's great that you mentioned that. Did the governor need to defect? Did Governor Peter Mbah need to defect?
Need to defect to achieve what?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
Need to defect to achieve, well, maybe I wouldn't know.
Political sagacity?
For whatever reason, should the governor, in your view, have defected? Because let's put it in perspective.
Okay, can I just put it like
Let me represent those who hold otherwise, right?
Hold on.
Some people believe that the governor should have stayed regardless in the People's Democratic Party, and that he would have still won the election by merit. In your view, should he have defected?
Is there a People's Democratic Party?
Is there a People's Democratic Party?
I'm asking you. You are in the media. Lamido went to get a form. They shut him out. Meanwhile, some other candidate was submitting his own form. The secretary signed something today. Tomorrow is obsolete. The chairman signed something tomorrow. Is that a place you want to stay and take your chances? A boat is sinking. And they are shouting, they are screaming, abandon ship, abandon ship. And you say, as a captain, or not even the captain, as a passenger, that you have to stay there to show loyalty. It doesn't make any sense. This man came here to move this state forward. This man and Alex Oti, they are moving the Southeast forward. You know the Catalonian model?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's great that you mentioned that. And the question I think we're going to lead with now is yours. You said, is there a People's Democratic Party?
The way they are going now.
Let's represent it properly, right? We had the state chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Barrister Steve Oruro, on this seat just last week. And I asked him this same question. Why did you choose to stay? And he said that they realized, they started to have some kind of better relationship, that he noticed that things were getting better for the party, in the party, and he decided to stay in it. Despite his earlier inclination that probably he would defect to the governor if he could, he said he would stay. Like, he decided to stay when he saw the party was forward thinking, right? So he begs to differ. In his view, the party is more focused on unifying itself than weeping over the exit of the state governor. So, based on what he said, do you align that there's some kind of hope for the People's Democratic Party?
It's not Peter Mbah as the first governor or executive or member of the People's Democratic Party that has moved over to other parties. Some people have moved to ADC, some people have moved to other parties. But what I'm saying is that, okay, the dynamics of power and politics in Enugu State, a lot depends on line building, right? And I can say that 98% of the people here moved with him. The local government chairman, the chairman of the party, the House of Assembly members, the commissioners. In some states like, Cross River or Akwa Ibom, some of the commissioners said they weren't going. So, I believe that he made the right choice. And the question you asked, is there a hope for PDP?
Right.
Honestly, I don't understand what is going on. There's a Nyesom Wike, who is in the PDP, ex-governor of Rivers State. He's a minister in an APC government. There's, come on, there are some people from... I don't understand the dynamics of all these things. I'm working for an APC government, yet I say I'm still in PDP. It's a contradiction. So, and these are the people deciding what happens in PDP. And it's a game of, I don't agree, you don't agree. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be like in Igbo parlance, Enyendieba. You understand? Which they sing. But I don't know why they are holding on so strong to let there be, cohesive, in the PDP.
So essentially, you're saying...
So it's a lot of confusion.
From your question, you said, is there still a People's Democratic Party? So
Yeah.
you're suggesting but two things.
Yeah.
First, either the PDP that exists now is a ghost. Actually, there are three. Is a ghost, is invisible, or dead. Because if you're asking if there is still a PDP, then you're probably suggesting any of these three options. Which of them is it?
I think, what did you say again? A ghost?
Is it a ghost? Is it invisible, or dead?
I think it's invisible. Once in a while it appears and it's like something is going on. But when you want to... So for somebody very serious-minded, like Peter Ndubisimba, I don't think he needs to hang around there more again. Yeah.
Judging by the recent reports we've seen, there are some names that are being considered to replace the former Minister of Science and Technology, and we've seen names come up such as former Governor of Enugu State, Sullivan Chime, and even the immediate former Governor, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, and these names have been coming up of late. What do you think are the possibilities for either of these candidates to replace the former minister? And especially the former governor, Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, because that was a strong point during our last interaction on this program.
Yeah, that was your program with someone, not your program with me now. So you mentioned Sullivan Chime.
It's either it was you, right? It was definitely you. Because it's either I was talking to a ghost, or the person was invisible, or the person was dead.
You mentioned Sullivan Chime and Ifeanyi
Ugwuanyi. The last time we were here, we did talk about this. Let's establish it. I'm holding on.
Oh my God. These are two former governors of Enugu State. Right. Right. Good. What did they say in law again? Reps, Lopito, whatever. I mean, it speaks for itself.
Neither of us are lawyers, but go ahead.
Yeah, the fact speaks for itself. So I leave it at that, right? So Sullivan served for 8 years. has his record book. Ugwuanyi served for 8 years, has his record book. So it's left between the governor, who is the one that will support. Because if you remember, on the day the governor moved to APC, the vice president said he's the vice president, but the governor is the leader of APC in his state.
In Enugu State, right?
No. So, not in Enugu State, in his state, just
Right.
like the Senate president. But in Enugu, Peter Mbah is the leader of APC, the ruling party in Enugu State. So I guess pretty much that his recommendation will be sought after. Yes.
So now back to my question,
Yes.
Chief. I asked you,
Yes.
what are the chances of any of these two individuals? And I would like you to lead with Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, the former governor of the state. Do you think he will do well in the Ministry of Science?
It is not for me to decide.
But you were governed by him for 8 years. You should know.
Yes, and Sullivan governed me for another 8 years.
But
So
he
it's
governed you as well.
It's left for Peter Mbah to decide who he wants to send there.
As a well-meaning Nigerian, as a citizen, you should have your views. I mean, you seem to be in the middle.
Views.
I see you in the middle of all of the balance, and you don't seem to want to tilt in any direction.
Yes, it's my interest.
So are you protecting your interests?
I'm a politician.
So you're protecting your interests?
Yes. So it's left for the governor. I won't tell the governor. Maybe on a one with the governor, I think this guy should get the nod.
So you're not comfortable
based on
right.
The person's.
So you're not comfortable sharing your views on live TV.
It's not that.
Then tell me what you think about the two parties.
The two parties involved have served.
Are they good fits for the ministry?
Which ministry?
Of Science.
It mustn't be Ministry of Science.
Really?
Yes.
So which other one is recently vacant?
No. You don't do
I'm not asking for a suggestion. I'm looking at the facts on
I'm
ground.
telling you. And I'll come back on this program. The governor will submit his name.
That's established, yes.
Right? Then the president will consider.
Right.
And there can be a shift depending on interest. But because Sullivan Chime is older in APC, he might be considered. Because it's first come, first served. So I hope you're clear on that. He has been in APC since he left. So if they tilt to him, I didn't even hear that. I didn't even hear any of this. If they tilt to him, then it's kind of on merit.
It's kind of on merit. So what you're saying for the other party is what?
No. Meanwhile, Ugwuanyi has not declared for APC. Has he declared?
So essentially what you're saying is you have to align before you can get such positions. I'm trying to understand you, Chief Kobino. I asked you, tell me your thoughts.
At the end of every,
don't try to confuse me. Don't try to confuse me.
I'm not confusing you, and I'm not convincing you.
You spoke so well. Chief Kobino, you spoke.
At the end of every war, you share booty.
You spoke highly of Sullivan. And you abandoned the second. I'm asking you, what do you think? To avoid putting words in your mouth, what do you think?
I did not speak highly of this one.
You said he'll get it on merit.
I said he'll get the merit based on that he has joined APC.
Then what about the other party?
Longer than Ugwuanyi.
What about Ugwuanyi?
I saw Ugwuanyi wearing the APC regalia and Tinubu Infinity. But maybe he decided to join in a very calm way, like some people have done. I know some members of the House of Reps that will still join. They want their own ceremony.
So if Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi were to be selected to replace Minister Uche Nnaji, former Minister Uche Nnaji, would it be by merit?
Well, it will be by interest.
Not merit in his case.
I mean, merit, is being older in the political party. Sullivan is older now. Yeah.
So
if he gets it,
today's topic is beyond Defection Day. Now the defection has happened. We've talked about it. We've gone back and forth about it. What are the possibilities for Enugu State following this defection of the governor? Do you see it being more positive or more negative? Where do you stand on this scale?
Where I stand is very obvious. It's going to be more positive. The governor now has access. Before, you know, political parties, if you're not in my party and I'm the president, there's a tendency that I'll tend to be lukewarm and cold towards certain things, projects, opportunities. You just mentioned that, you know, he's gotten on this thing, you know, as a consultant, kind of, like we saw Peter.
The chair of the committee
chair
for
of
the
committee,
security institution
like
overhaul.
the economic thing Peter B got on, you know.
Right.
So there's so much that I need to say about this, you know. It's more of a positive thing for the governor.
What are your expectations? With this alignment, with this position, what are your expectations as an Enugu resident?
Well, not only as an Enugu resident, I was born in this town.
Yes.
Yes. So my cord was buried in the soil of this town. So I've seen Enugu for a while, over 3 decades, you know. Yeah. So I think it's a step in the right direction for him. Like I said, he wants the people. And you know, the thing with power and authority, you know, power is raw, uses force. Authority is leadership. If you see the head of states that have come, you know, all these Bokassa and the rest of them, some that have also ruled Nigeria, because rulership is different from leadership. So, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ came with authority to administer through the Holy Spirit. Leaders come with authority. Kagame, Lee Kuan Yew. So Peter Mbah also has come with authority. That is why he's administering it and his people are better off.
Let me take you back to my question,
Yes.
Chief. What are your expectations?
My expectations.
With this alignment with the center, which has been a major reason for many of the defections, they want to align with the center to bring more.
No, it's not been the reason.
Correct me then.
Yeah, I'll correct
me.
A couple of the defections have been done in a desperate bid. I don't know how I can explain it. But this man, with his open eyes, with his clear intellect, saw that, like I told you, he sees tomorrow and brings it forward. And he saw that hanging out in the other place wasn't going to be your
Chief, do you have expectations or not?
Yes, I do.
So what are they?
Very beautiful expectations.
What are the expectations?
Yeah, he's aligned with the center. We expect Enugu. Look at what he has made to start working. The International Hospital, International Conference Center, the 5-star hotels. Enugu has been turned into a conference.
Let me clarify my question. I understand. No, I'm going to ask my question, Chief. So right now, the state governor has defected to the All Progressives Congress, and now he's sitting on tables, leading governors, making major policy decisions. He's now sitting and chairing committees of other governors, right? So he has that leg in. He has 2 legs in. And the expectation, the expectation for, you know I'm speaking metaphorically, the expectation for those people down here is that all of these dividends, in fact, should trickle down to the state. And he already committed on the defection day that he was going to represent Enugu fully and very well at that national level. So what are your expectations? If you support his defection, I mean, you must have expectations. So what are they?
My expectations, based on the issue of Enugu being tourism, cultural, and conference destination. We expect more conferences like we are seeing now since he came in. We expect more issues. Look at National Festival of Arts and Culture is coming to Enugu. Obi Asika, a son of 042, he was born here. Look at what they are doing now. Look at Afro Nation or Afro whatever. Look at the sports festival coming to Enugu after 50-something years. Look at this he achieved when he was in PDP. Now that he's in APC with a direct line of call. Before, if he calls, the SA or PA will answer to decide. But now, they take his call direct. A whole lot. We're expecting a whole lot. And if they can based on tourism side, the MICE, the meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. If Enugu can start thinking of participating through its tourism ministry, go to the World Travel Market, which is a major market player in tourism. I've attended those meets severally in my lifetime. Yeah, because our company, Travel Network, took Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria and Nigerian Airways to first attendance of World Travel Market.
Right.
So a whole lot, Natalie. In fact, if Peter Mbah completes his 2 years remaining, gets on to the next 4 years, at the end of 6 years, Enugu will be like Barcelona.
I like that you are stressing your background as you give your expectations. You come from one of tourism, culinary, cultural and all of that. So
hospitality.
Hospitality, and then that's what you expect. So you're speaking for your industry, you're speaking for yourself.
Yeah.
This is what you need, and that's
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
valid,
Yeah.
right? So I want to ask you this question that has been making the rounds online. And some of these people have been looking forward to 2027. Some have said things like this defection, Your Excellency, is going to cost you 2027. Right, yes, that people are going to wait till then so they can now vote for PDP, who they feel that they are loyal to, right?
Oh, wow.
Do you think there's a consequence of this defection? Do you think that the governor would lose his chances in 2027 because he has joined a party that does not sit well with some of the Southeasterners, just not Enugu residents?
Okay. Southeasterners, neither here nor there. We're talking about Enugu and his residents. Okay. Would you rather start voting for a party or somebody that is outside what is happening? I mean, the well-being of a place. The governor is not going to lose his election. He won't. It might be, it might be a glitch here and there, if there will be. Because I'm sure by next year, at the end of next year, before the elections in 2027, everybody will be singing hallelujah because of what they are seeing that is on ground. What are we looking for in governance? Security, welfare, well-being. People find it difficult to feed now. People are hungry. So if you can, Enugu was just voted that they can exist without FAC. These other things is what he will use to put in, agri tourism that will attract FDIs. Look at Landmark coming here. Look at all the people he's brought. Things we haven't seen before. In fact, this man is sort of so I'm not seeing
a lot of the accomplishments that you reel out on this program consistently happened while he was still a PDP governor. So you have made me ask this question. I'm going to ask it,
okay,
right?
Ask it.
The question is, what has informed your support for this defection? Because you've spoken quite highly of it for the last 45 minutes of this program.
Okay, good.
What exactly has informed your decision?
What has informed my decision to support the defection is Peter Mbah'S. His person. He was the one at the helm of affairs in PDP doing it, not PDP doing it. PDP didn't tell him what to do. He came with it, factory fitted, and he has been churning it out. So as he has gone to APC now, he's not going to do any different but better.
People have been comparing the states with other states that are APC, Ebonyi and Imo State, and they worry if this new alignment, we understand that once you have a federal role, sometimes you're tossed around. They just want you to welcome that person, they want you to travel to see that person, they want you to do things. The president can call you to represent because you're aligned with the party, right? Do you see this situation? Do you see this alignment giving the governor more time outside than inside? Do you see this distracting the development trajectory of Enugu State?
My dear, the vice president visited, the president visited. Peter Mbah is a busy man. If you're busy in your state, I don't know why you should be found outside. And when you're even outside, you have lieutenants. Look at the
So are you saying
look at the crop of commissioners.
Based on what you said,
people,
Chief,
local government
Chief,
chairman.
based on what you said, are you saying that the president and vice president are not busy because they visited? Because you said he should not.
No.
So what are you saying?
It's for the governors, not for them. They came to see. The states are under them, so they will visit whether you're in their party or not. They are very busy. The president's all
I don't
over
think you
the place.
understood my question. I'm going to ask it again. I'm saying,
please.
with this new alignment with the center, there might be special meetings, there might be special requests, appointments, like we've seen. The governor is now chairing this committee. Do you see
Chairing
this?
from where? Enugu or Abuja?
Well, that only him can answer. But do you see these engagements distracting him from the ultimate responsibility of developing the state?
I don't see it, because he has very good guidance. Look at, I listened to the deputy governor speak yesterday at the function with the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianco No. I mean, that was the first time I heard him speak. Very apt and sharp. He has very sharp cabinet. So even, it's just like in churches, in my church, when my pastor leaves, it's like, because there are people with the word, there are people that with the prophecy, the choir is top notch.
So what are you trying to say, Chief?
What I'm trying to say is that Peter Mbah has what it takes
to do.
He has a good team.
My question is, so are you
he
saying
he won't be distracted?
Right. So you're saying he can travel and do all of those engagements and leave it for the team? Is that what you're saying?
When he needs to travel, it's the people that will run it for him. He doesn't have to be held here 365 days. He needs to travel. Like, understand, he traveled. And when he travels, is to negotiate some of these things that he has given access to FDIs and stuff. So he has to travel. Yes.
Now, do you see the governor ever considering leaving things for his team to handle, knowing how much of a grip he has on the state, even doing so much?
I don't know about the grip. You are talking about it.
And I'll finish asking my question,
Okay.
Chief, right? The grip on the state, seen as some local government chairmen are even finding it hard, wondering seeing what to do, because he is doing so much, meaning that he's in full control of the state. Do you see such a person leaving things for the team to run?
Honestly, I want to ask you another question.
But you've not answered mine.
No, I want to use it to answer yours. Now that he travels and is accepted more responsibilities, will Enugu State grind to a halt? He has what it takes. The style that he does it, I don't know. But he produces results. And he has built a very strong foundation. Yeah, but what I have to say now, it's 2 years, it's half of the match. The next 45 minutes for the game, he needs to politic more. Yes, he needs to reach out to the people.
Explain yourself. When you say politic more, what do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, he was doing a lot of infrastructure development, coming from as a technocrat, he really put things in place. But this time has come that elections are going to come. So he needs engagement, especially with the youths. During the days of Sullivan Chime, there used to be this concept called Roadblock. It's a combination of different artists that come to Enugu. He made it possible. And the youths come there. And such things give them attitude and access.
Right.
And number two, hold on. He needs to make more jobs available, because the youths hold a great percentage of the votes. So he needs to bring in things which he's already doing.
So now you're telling us your expectations, more job creation, more in tourism, and all that. Right. So final question, or penultimate question. How do you see history judging this move? For over 20 years, PDP aligned with Enugu, aligned with PDP, and PDP aligned with Enugu, right? Now the trajectory has shifted, and shifted by someone that people started to feel was getting very popular. Do you think history would judge this fairly?
I like you said popular, not notorious. Yes. History, why would history judge? History will applaud him. Yes. History will applaud Peter Mbah for this move, positioning Enugu and realigning Enugu into, because most times we're complaining, the Southeast, we're marginalized. You understand? But this time, he has built a good foundation.
So you said something, and I have to ask you, and I know my time is up, right? You said, essentially, Enugu is now an APC state. Whether people like it or not, that's the reality.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily feel anything about the party, but you feel supportive of the governor. When the governor concludes his tenure and leaves, would you be concerned that APC now has a grip of the state when you don't have the person you support in there anymore?
Let me be very honest with you. All these things are just like a nomenclature. So APC, PDP, this. If this guy does what he's expected to do and more, I would expect him to groom a successor who would run in his tracks. Right? Yeah, change is something that is constant. Whether there's a rise and fall of every empire. And when an empire goes down, another one comes and there's a change. Look at the genocide in Rwanda. Look at what Kagame has done. Look at what Lee Kuan Yew has done. And look at what Peter Mbah is doing. So when he finishes, as he has groomed somebody to hand over the baton to, the person goes on.
So essentially, we have just 30 seconds left. You mean that there's no more need for elections? There's no need for elections? Is that a big bye-bye to democracy?
It's a process that must happen.
What's what process? What are we processing? What are we processing?
No, the elections must happen. So the person has to go to the people to seek for votes. And there's no need changing a winning team. So Enugu can be APC for the next 20 years again. And when we see that things are not going, for the people that will be here, if I'm here and I can still vote, right? Of course, we'll vote APC.
All right. Now, what would be your advice? And I'd like you to look in this camera. That's your camera. What would be your advice?
I want to look at your face.
No, you can look at the camera. What would be your advice for the state governor that has just defected and the opposition? The People's Democratic Party, stalwart, still in the state. What would be your advice? Speak to them.
Okay, the opposition in the States, they worked with this man, right? They saw the good, the bad, the ugly, if there's any. But me, I see a whole lot of the good, right? Nobody's perfect, right? So I tell the opposition to rethink their attitude of opposition, right? And join Peter Mbah to make it possible for tomorrow to be here. And for Peter Mbah, I say kudos. You have redefined what a lot of people couldn't understand. And I thank God for bringing people like you and Alex Oti in the Southeast for this time. So please continue and do more.
Right. Now, just a disclaimer. If you ever, while I ask you the next question, thank you, Kobino, for joining me today on Enugu Kwenu. I share your views. As you know, Enugu Kwenu reaches you every Wednesday at 4 p.m. And another Wednesday has come to an end. But we'll still meet again, same channel, same time next week. Until then, have a blissful evening. Good evening. I remain Nathalie Uku. And bye for now.